Hello! In this video, I'll tell you about the games that came out this year. You may have played some of them, others you haven't yet, and maybe you've played all of them, but it's definitely worth talking about them. Let's get started. Nobody Wants to Die. Hold on tight, because Nobody Wants to Die blows your mind from the first minutes of gameplay. This game has become one of the most talked about releases of the year, and for good reason. Imagine this, a dynamic shooter where every decision could be your last, and the adrenaline is off the charts. The development of this masterpiece cost $20 million, and trust me, every penny was spent wisely. An open world of 200 square kilometers is truly impressive. It's a massive area fully open for exploration. By the way, in Steam, more than 50,000 people jumped into the game within the first 24 hours after release, and that's just the beginning. Completing the main storyline takes about 30 hours, but if you want to dive into side quests and explore every corner of this world, the game can easily draw you in for 100 hours. And the most interesting part is that in multiplayer mode, the tension reaches its peak. Every battle could be your last, and you never know where the next blow will come from. This is a real test of endurance. Like my content? Subscribe, hit like, and leave comments. I'll definitely reply to everyone. The First Descendant. Hold on a second, you definitely need to hear this. The First Descendant burst into this year as one of the most ambitious open-world games, and honestly, these are not just empty words. Imagine this, a cooperative shooter with RPG elements where you'll explore a colossal world of more than 500 square kilometers. The development budget was $50 million, and believe me, that money was invested in every pixel of the game. The graphics and detail in the environment are stunning, and the world's depth takes your breath away. And that's not all. The game supports an online mode where up to 100 players can fight simultaneously. Can you imagine the action there? By the way, over 100,000 active users have already registered on the Steam platform, and that number keeps growing daily. The main campaign is designed to last 40 hours, but if you're as stubborn an explorer as I am, it will take you over 200 hours to explore all the locations. Ready to spend a couple of hundred hours immersing yourself in this world? I'm definitely ready. Enlisted. Enlisted has unexpectedly become one of the most popular games among military shooter fans, and it's not without reason. This game lets you dive into large-scale battles of World War II, where you command a squad of soldiers. The development of this project cost $25 million, and with that budget, the game achieved a high level of realism that leaves no one indifferent. The game offers more than 50 maps, each of which accurately depicts real historical events of that time. Imagine how detailed everything is, from the landscape to the combat tactics. Moreover, Enlisted also boasts a powerful online mode. During peak hours, up to 200,000 players participate in battles simultaneously. Just imagine the scale of these battles. The main campaign takes about 20 hours, but a true fan of military strategies can spend hundreds of hours in the game, diving into multiplayer battles. If, like me, you love such historical action games, you can easily get lost in Enlisted for days. No Man's Sky 5.0 Worlds. No Man's Sky received the 5.0 Worlds update, which literally pushes the boundaries of what's possible. In the new version, the open world has expanded to unimaginable dimensions, over 1 million procedurally generated planets. Can you imagine how many opportunities for exploration that is? The development budget for this update was about $10 million. And believe me, each of these planets looks amazing thanks to improved graphics and new species of flora and fauna. The game's community on Steam is huge. On average, more than 150,000 people play simultaneously. This isn't just a number, it's an entire cosmic world where every player finds something unique. The main storyline takes about 35 hours, but if you want to explore every corner of this endless cosmos, get ready to spend several years of real time on it. I think we'll be stuck in this game for a long time because such scale and opportunities are hard to find anywhere else. Flatout 2. Flatout 2 has returned to screens with a new edition for the year 2024. If you, like me, once loved these crazy races with destruction, you'll definitely enjoy the updated version. The game has retained its iconic mechanics, but now with improved graphics and physics, so every crash and every drift feels even more realistic. The development of the new version cost $10 million, and that money clearly went into creating an impressive gaming experience. The game features 20 different tracks, each offering unique obstacles and opportunities for destroying opponents' cars. Do you remember how cool it was? Now it's even better. In Steam, the game supports an online mode where up to 30,000 players can participate simultaneously, so it definitely won't be boring. The average time players spend in career mode is about 15 hours, but thanks to multiplayer modes, Flatout 2 remains interesting for a long time. I think we have the chance to spend many evenings with this game, smashing cars and blowing up tracks. Rise of the Ronin. Get ready, I'm gonna tell you something cool. Rise of the Ronin burst into the gaming world as one of the most anticipated releases of the year. This is an action RPG set in the Meiji Restoration era in Japan. If, like me, you love historical settings and dynamic battles, this game will definitely make it to your top list. The game's development cost $40 million, and that money allowed for the creation of a truly impressive open world of more than 400 square kilometers. Such a vast space for exploration and combat is simply mesmerizing. Rise of the Ronin offers a single-player campaign, which takes about 50 hours to complete. But if you enjoy playing with friends, there's also a multiplayer mode, where up to 100 players can participate simultaneously. Plus, the game supports a cooperative mode, allowing you to complete missions together, sharing all the hardships and joys of samurai life. The game has already received a lot of positive reviews, and on Steam, its online player count reaches over 80,000 players at the same time. So, if you're looking for something really good for long gaming nights, Rise of the Ronin is just what you need. Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn. Hold on, this will definitely surprise you. Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn has been a true revelation in the action RPG genre. Here, the developers went all out to create a unique combat system, where firearms are combined with melee weapons, adding dynamism to the game and making every encounter unpredictable. The development budget was about $30 million, and this allowed for the creation of a detailed and rich world that you'll want to immerse yourself in completely. The game offers more than 100 different types of weapons and combat skills, so you're sure to find something that suits your style. The main campaign takes about 40 hours, but if, like me, you're drawn to side quests and exploring every nook and cranny, be prepared to spend up to 80 hours in this world. Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn is already available on Steam and is quickly gaining popularity. Currently, there are around 60,000 active players, and that number continues to grow. So, if you're looking for something new and immersive, this game might become your new favorite. KAKU Ancient Seal. KAKU Ancient Seal burst onto the scene this year as one of the most unique games. It's an adventure game that skillfully combines puzzle and action elements, keeping you constantly on edge and making you think on your feet. The development of this game cost about $15 million, and that money was clearly well spent. The world that the developers have created is literally filled with mysteries and secrets that you'll want to uncover. The main story takes about 25 hours, but as you might guess, that's just the tip of the iceberg. If you want to complete all the puzzles and uncover all the secrets, be prepared to spend much more time. And by the way, KAKU Ancient Seal has an online mode where you can compete with other players in solving puzzles and completing levels. Around 40,000 players on Steam have already immersed themselves in this world, and that number continues to grow. So if you're looking for something unusual and engaging, don't miss out on this game. ASKA. This is really cool! ASKA offers a completely new take on the survival genre. Imagine, you're in a post-apocalyptic world where the only way to survive is to build and develop your village from scratch. The game cost the developers $20 million, and that money was clearly not wasted. The world in ASKA is detailed down to the smallest elements, and every bit of it could be key to your survival. The game map is huge, about 500 square kilometers. It's a vast space for exploration, where you'll have to use everything at your disposal to ensure your survival. By the way, the game supports a multiplayer mode, where up to 50 people can participate at the same time. Imagine how fun it will be to build a village and fend off enemies with your friends. The average survival time in the game, of course, depends on your skills, but most players spend more than 100 hours exploring the world and developing their settlements. On Steam, ASKA has already built a large community with around 30,000 active players. If you're looking for something that will really draw you in, ASKA is what you need. Angerfoot. Angerfoot has become one of the most talked about indie games of the year. This first-person action game has literally blown up the gaming community with its dynamism and style. Imagine, you're making your way through numerous levels full of enemies and traps, and every mistake can cost you your progress. The game's development cost only $5 million, but the developers managed to create something special. The average playtime is about 10 hours, but be ready for the difficulty level to make you spend much more time. I'm sure you'll also get hooked trying to beat all the levels, as each one is full of unexpected twists and requires skill. Angerfoot is already available on Steam and has caught the attention of over 20,000 players. What makes it unique is its original combat system and unconventional approach to level design. This game is a shining example of how a small budget and creativity can create something truly memorable. If you love challenging and stylish action games, Angerfoot is what you need.